Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Recovery Classroom. My name is Drew, and I'm an alcoholic. And today, by the grace of God, I'm a recovering alcoholic, and I couldn't be any more grateful. Real quick, I want to give a special shout out and thank you to all those who attended the Crosstalk meeting last night. It was so much fun. Just word must be getting out. People are coming in. They're seeking that hope, and man, they're coming in and they're finding it. And it's just so spiritually fulfilling and rewarding every time I walk out of one of those Crosstalk meetings. So thank you guys for coming out. If you're local to the Huntington, West Virginia area, you can join us every Tuesday and Friday night at 7 o'clock, Pea Ridge United Methodist Church. It's unlike any meeting you've ever been to. But if you're not local to the area, you can join us tonight at 9 o'clock on Zoom. Whether you're in California or in New Jersey or wherever, you can join the conversation tonight at 9 o'clock on Zoom. You can go to recoveryclassroom.org/XTO, or you can type in, I think it's crosstalkmeeting.org as well to find all the connection details for tonight's meeting at 9 o'clock. Or you can also look us up on Facebook, Recovery Classroom Facebook. With that being said, I want to talk about meetings and why they're important. But before I go into that, I want to kind of take you down a path. I apologize for missing yesterday's video monologue. I was in an eye doctor's office all morning long, so I wasn't able to do it. But I did have an interesting exchange while I was there. The lady was doing all the tests and stuff. She asked me, she said, "Do you have any exciting plans for the weekend?" And I said, "Well, yeah, I'm doing what I do every weekend." She said, "What's that?" And I said, "I'm hanging out with drunks and drug addicts." Turned around, her eyes got real big. She's like, "What?" And I started sharing what me and my friends do, what all of us in our group do. We try to, share that message of hope, healing, and restoration. That's our goal, is to connect and engage with anyone with substance use disorders and communicate to them a message of hope, healing, and restoration. That's it. That's all we try to do. And she asked me something that gave me pause. She said, "Are you very successful at that?" And man, I paused. And as Joe and Charlie say, my keen intellectual alcoholic mind immediately went into overdrive. I said, "Well, how do I define success in recovery, especially for a group?" And so I had to break it down. For me personally, I define success in my recovery daily. I have to hold myself, I have to benchmark myself daily. Did I make it to the end of my day drawing a sober breath? Did I lay my head down on my pillow tonight or last night, and did I go to sleep or did I pass out? Did I make it to the end of my day without taking a drink? If I can answer yes, then I count that as a success for me personally. But for a group, how do we define success for a group of people? How do we define success for other people who are not us, who's not me? How can I say I was successful with this person or not? That's tougher, right? And I finally answered, I said, I believe so. Yes, I believe that I am successful. I believe my friends are successful with it, because at the end of the day, all we care about is giving that person just a little bit of hope, enough hope to help them get to the end of their day thinking, maybe I can recover. Maybe this recovery thing is possible. And if we use that as a benchmark, going back to what I just said earlier, connect and engage, communicate a message of hope, healing, and restoration. If we can give that person that we're interacting with just enough hope to make it to the end of their day, going, maybe this is possible. Maybe this isn't crazy after all. Maybe I'm not hopeless. If we can give them just enough time to go check out this thing about, this idea of sobriety, to go help them, give them another chance to find out if this recovery thing is possible, investigate a little bit more. If we gave them that hope, if they walked away from that interaction going, maybe this is possible, I think we would all count that as a success. But the key there is that interaction, what the person was thinking and feeling like when they walked away from that interaction with me or my friends. What were they thinking? What were they feeling? And the key, again, is the interaction. What's that interaction? Well, that interaction is the meeting. Yes, the meeting that you just had. And I'm not talking about just a formal sit down. "Hi, my name is Drew. I'm an alcoholic" meeting. It can be that. A lot of them are that. When I came back into the rooms, that's what it was. But I soon grew to understand that meetings can also happen in the grocery store, in the Waffle House, in the 7-Eleven parking lot, in the gym. It can happen anywhere where you are sharing with another alcoholic or drug addict about your experience, strength, and hope, and they're sharing with you about theirs. That's a meeting. And that's why meetings are important, because that's where we get the chance to convince that person that may be seeking hope. We get the chance to convince them, maybe you can do this after all. Maybe this recovery thing is possible. And I go back to last night's meeting to give you an idea of how important it can be and of what I would constitute a success anyway. There was a young lady came in, very first meeting ever. She's a young lady in her early 20s. She's mandated to go by her employer. I'm going to call her Leslie. So anyway, Leslie told me that she was driving to that meeting not wanting to go. Her employer said, "You've got to go." She shared a little bit more without giving too much detail. She got into some trouble and she signed a release for her medical records to go to her employer. And unbeknownst to her, in her medical files, all these medical professionals, doctors, psychologists, counselors, they had all written that she was an alcoholic. She had no idea. She just thought she was a young lady in her early 20s doing what young women in their early 20s do, party and have a good time. Right? She had no idea she was an alcoholic. And so her employer said, "Oh, look, all these medical professionals say you're an alcoholic, so you got to start going to the meetings." So she was mad. She was angry. I thought, this is crazy. This is crazy. I don't think I'm an alcoholic. And I sure as hell don't want to go and sit in a meeting going, "Hi, my name is Drew. I'm happy, joyous, and free." That's what she had. That was the impression she had. And she's like, "This is ridiculous." But anyway, I'm going to go in. And she walked in, and I remember when I saw her when she came through the door, she walked in and she kind of paused for a second, and she's looking around, and here we are, all of us, just standing around, bullshitting, carrying on, laughing, slapping each other on the back, making fun of each other, having a hell of a good time. And she stopped. She said, "I didn't think this." She said, "This couldn't be a meeting." Because in her mind, she had this preconceived idea of what meetings should look like. And she walked in and she saw all these people having fun. And she even stopped one of her friends, Eric. She even stopped Eric and asked him, "Where's this meeting at?" And he looks at her and goes, "You're in it." And she said, it was just like, "What?" And she kind of glanced back around real quick and was like, "No." And so anyway, she came over and she asked me a few questions and got her sent over to Drenda, and Drenda was doing what Drenda does. "Come on over, get over here, sit down. Here, sit with me." Sorry, I just shook the camera all to hell. Throughout that entire meeting, she got to see what we all do. She got to see that drunks and drug addicts can have a hell of a good time, and they can do so sober, clean, and sober. And she told me after the meeting, she kind of gave me the backstory of what was going on, and told me, she's like, "This is not at all what I expected." She's like, "I am really glad I came to this meeting as my very first ever 12-step meeting." She walked away last night with a little bit of hope that maybe I'm not hopeless. Maybe I can beat this thing that I didn't even know I had. That all these medical professionals told my employer that I had. Maybe I can beat this thing called addiction to alcohol. Maybe you can beat this thing called addiction to drugs. But you got to make sure you get to the right interactions. You walk away from every interaction with just that much more hope. Just like as I just got done saying, every time I leave a crosstalk meeting, I walk away being spiritually fulfilled just a little bit more. Every time you talk to somebody about your drug addiction or your alcoholism, are you walking away with just a little bit more hope? If you are, and if you're confident that the person that you just walked away from, if you're confident they walked away with a little bit more hope, just enough hope to help them make it to the end of their day, drawing a sober breath, I think you were successful too. With that being said, I'll let you guys go. I hope you guys have an absolutely kick-ass Saturday. I want to thank you guys for letting me come in and share 5 to 10 minutes of your day with you. You guys absolutely keep me sober, and I could not be any more appreciative. So thank you very much, and I know my family appreciates it too. Again, tonight at 9 o'clock, Crosstalk Online. You can go to recoveryclassroom.org/XTO. Or you can just type in crosstalkmeeting.org, and it should take you right to our webpage with all the connection details. You can also get the connection details on our Facebook group page too. So again, thank you guys. We'll be talking again soon. Remember guys, you can't get drunk if you don't take that first drink.